Legendary actor, retired boxer, and notorious Hollywood bad boy Mikey Rourke first became a household name in 1980s after starring in the movies Dinner, The Pope of Greenwich Village, and 9 and a Half Weeks. Uh, a lot of success in drama, action, and thriller films. Mikey took a break from the spotlight. After hitting a rough patch in his life, Mikey turned to alcohol and boxing to help make it through his days. It should come as no surprise then after getting knocked round the ring and boozed up that Mikey began looking pretty rough at 62 years old. The actor and retired boxer opted for the true Beverly Hills fix: plastic surgery, from hair extensions and skin tightening to cheekbone and nose reconstruction. Mikey's new lick, boosted up his career and even earned him an Oscar-nominated role in the movie The Wrestler. So wish all the best for the bad guy, or maybe a notorious Hollywood bad boy, Mikey. So the next is Sylvester Stallone. Stalin is so jacked that most people probably assume he takes steroids, but it turns out that the only thing unnatural about him is plastic surgery. When you're a huge action star like Stalin, people expect a lot out of you. Keeping up with an audience expectations of beauty gets a lot more difficult as you get older. So stars like Stalin naturally have to turn to alternative methods. Sylvester did not just have a few surgeries. He went Rambo with the procedures, lifting his eyebrows and his face, having work done on his jawline, and of course getting enough Botox injections to keep his face looking timeless. Stalin certainly knows what he's doing. The older he gets, the more expandable he becomes as an actor, and more rocky his career gets. But his dedication, and with a bit of cosmetic help, he will be an action hero past the point where he's a wheelchair bound. So that's a legendary actor, our Sylvester Stallone. The next is Jean-Claude-Van-Damme. Jean-Claude went a facelift and eyelid surgery in an effort to keep his face as tight as his body, but the result has left his face a little pinched. He has yet to comment on his cosmetic work, but it's not like the media is crawling all over him these days anyways. Besides, it's awful difficult to make fun of a guy who literally did the splits between two trucks for a commercial. Someone that crazy might not take too kindly to being asked personal questions, so stay away from him. The next one is Douglas. Douglas simply doesn't look young anymore, but being in front of the camera can put a lot of pressure on you, and as a result, he has continued to receive face augmentations to keep him looking presentable. Michael is actually quite insecure about his wrinkle lines. So as a combination of Botox and other facial augments has helped him keeping them at bay. But just how long does the star expect to fend off the aging process? Unfortunately for him, Douglas looks as old as he's 71, and isn't much left he can do to keep his face smooth. If he wants to stay wrinkle-free in his 80s and keep getting facelift, he need to bring in some heavy-duty construction equipment. Douglas, so, but we love you the way you are. So, stay tuned. Well, our next is George-Clooney. Is like the most handsome older guy out there. But this matured hunk of a man didn't get all his devilish good looks on his own. He needed a little outside help to stay on his A game. Clooney has spoken out about the plastic surgery for a man, saying that it's no good and only makes them look older than they actually are. But it seems he might be talking from personal experience. Uh, the A-list star has undergone eyelid surgery and is still able to melt a girl's heart from across the room. It's easy to speak out about plastic surgery when you look as dashing as Clooney. Maybe he's on to something. It doesn't really improve on his appearance all that much, and truthfully, it probably wasn't worth the cost of the operation. I have my doubts that George will maintain his stance on cosmetics as he approaches his late 60s and begins losing his gorgeous looks, but maybe he'll get tired of all the female attention he receives and he will decide that he needs a break from it all. So let's wish George Clooney for his stance. We have the Dwayne-The-Rock-Johnson starting out in football and wrestling and then moving into the big screen. The Rock Johnson has become one of the busiest and highest paid actors in Hollywood. Of course, with a move from the wrestling ring to the world of Hollywood, Johnson felt he needed to look more like a star. An increase of fat in a male's chest, Johnson was self-conscious of his looks and worked harder than ever before to get rid of the fat. Despite countless hours in the gym, Johnson struggled to overcome his issue and opted instead to have liposuction to get rid of the excess fat in his body. Now, with his good looks, Johnson can be confident whenever he has to appear shirtless on the movie screen. We wish all the best for the Rock Johnson because he is my favorite.